Hey everybody, hope you're well. Brian Pircosi here. Had a session with a client a couple days ago, and he's really expressing the anxiety state that he's in. He's expressing feeling really wired and tense. This is someone who's had a lot of experience with meditation, has meditated for hours a day at times. And I made a suggestion to him that I'm going to make to you as well. And what I suggested to him is to take 45 minutes, and this is something you could do daily, but let's start with just commitment to doing it once. 45 minutes, you can set a timer, and make this time to do nothing. Make this time to do absolutely nothing. Now, I've mentioned this to a few people, and there can be the perception that, like, well, I do that a lot. But do you do that a lot? Because what that means is no phone. I know for 45 minutes without a phone can be a real challenge for some people. But no phone, no TV, no technology at all, and no set agenda, no sense of wanting to get to a future moment. Now, the challenge with meditation, oftentimes people are using a technique or a strategy to try to get to some other place that's not right now. So that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about doing nothing. We're talking about doing nothing to get anywhere else other than here. Just making 45 minutes to be with the simple moment of now. So he says that this is going to be really hard for him. You know, he's actually getting scared, nervous, thinking of the idea of doing nothing. And I think in our culture, in our society, this is common. We are afraid of nothing. We're literally afraid of nothing. We're afraid of being with nothing. We're afraid of being with ourselves. We're afraid of discovering who we really are. We're afraid of realizing who we really are. We're attached to lots of ways of identifying with ourselves, lots of stories about ourselves, lots of ways of being caught and connected to beliefs and ideologies. And what if we make a space to just do nothing and to be nothing? What will happen in that space? And what happens in that space is the greatest healing. And really what my work is dedicated to, if you look at the retreats, if you look at the sessions, if you look at the meditation guidance sessions, if you look at the writings, it's dedicated to making space to do nothing and to be nothing. I don't call it that because if I said that outright, people would not be interested, right? So you create the initial attraction of doing something, which leads you into doing nothing. And when you're doing nothing, there is an opening that happens inside you. There is a relaxing that opens inside you. There is a resting, a deep level of rest. A level of rest that many people have never experienced in their lives, at least not consciously, only when they're sleeping. So there's this deep level of rest. There's this deep level of relaxation. There's this deep level of opening in this relaxation, in this rest. There's a deep letting go of the illusion of control. There's a deep letting go of trying, of efforting. And as these deep components inside us are let go, and there's an opening, there's this incredible healing. There's this incredible release of tensions that have been held on to for years, decades, of resentments that have been held on to for years, decades, of blockages, restrictions, contractions, physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. Resistances, resentments are able to be accessed and opened. And in that releasing, that opening, the possibility exists, in many cases for the first time, for something new to emerge. So the contraction is being held onto, and often it's held onto with a trauma state, right? So it's held on to day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. And now there's this space when someone is allowing you to do nothing, which really means allowing you to fully and deeply be yourself, to fully and deeply be as you are. Every single healing modality is really, if it's for real, if it's legit, it's really getting you to that place, to getting to this place where you can fully be with yourself as you are without needing to get to any other future moment or any other past moment, to really fully, wholly be with yourself as you are, and to really fully, wholly love yourself and love this moment as it is. That's it. It's not complicated. In fact, complication is problematic. To over intellectualize it, to overthink it is the problem, not the solution. So be wary of people that want to make it complicated, complex. There's 15 different steps or strategies, or intellectual. Oh, it's very intellectually complicated. It's not. That is what is keeping us from deeply relaxing into this moment, quieting the mind and opening the mind and opening the heart and opening the body. The physiology of the body connects us to the root essence of who we are, which is the spiritual realization and revelation of who we really are. And from this deep, deep level of opening at the deepest core of our being, this is where new insights come in, and new inspirations come in, new ways of seeing things come in. Miraculous healings, miraculous creative ideas come into being. The magic of life opens to us. When we open up to this timeless essence of who we really are, in this now, in this timeless essence of now. So that's the invitation, to make space to do that for yourself. I'm not even going to call it meditation. It's making the space to literally do nothing. And then the next level is to make the space with others, to share the space of doing nothing with others together, and notice what opens, what's released, what's let go, and the new insights and deeper levels of intelligence and wisdom and connection that open in the space together. It's miraculous. And if you want my support in that, I'm happy to support you. Reach out and let me know. I facilitate these spaces for people one-on-one and in groups as well.